Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Monkey Flip Podcast, making our triumphant return, the best return ever made.
Ever.
Yeah, that's not true. CM Punk's return was better. We've been gone for a month. There's been 2 returns since we came back, 2 major returns. John Cena came back, and he had a lot of fanfare, and I had goosebumps for a second, had some smiles. It was a good thing. I enjoyed that. It was good. And then it went into kind of WWE programming, which hasn't been the greatest. John knows how to work a crowd a lot better than a lot of the guys. So that was it. John, like I know him. Like, yeah, me and John. Yeah. Which really, I can't see him because I've never been in the room.
Right.
So, but CM Punk's last night, I mean,
Amazing.
My God. Goosebumps the entire way, smiles the entire way, captivated on everything that he was saying. And I am not a big CM Punk fan. I'm not there's some people out there like they're shouting CM Punk at the shows, and I wouldn't do that. I mean, I've seen him work,
but
yeah, last night changes that.
It made me a fan.
It made me a fan. And I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to say it out loud right now. I defy anyone to watch that and still think that AEW isn't a legitimate contender to WWE. I mean, they had a great show. It's an hour, so it wrapped it up. It wasn't, hey, I got to watch this same match for the 532nd time, or we have to take all these tag teams and break them in half so they can wrestle each other, or for God's sake, make people beat the champion 15 times before they get a championship match. I kind of blurted through one of the things we were going to talk about today, but we'll keep that up. I mean, that was awesome. I've never in my life bought a AEW pay-per-view. I think that changes. I think I'm going to start watching. As a matter of fact, I don't want to watch WWE Raw when I know that I can spend that time.
Dude, we got SummerSlam tonight, and we don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. If this bleeds over to SummerSlam, I was like, start it late. I may watch it tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, it's that was good. That was really good. And
it got the attention, I'm sure, of the WWE.
Have to. I mean, if it didn't, there's some ignorant people in there that they're going to be in for a rude awakening. They're going to have another Monday Night War thing that they had before. And maybe this time it sticks.
You find it interesting that a lot of these people that, for some reason, it didn't work out in WWE, they go elsewhere, and they are what the fans want. Well, they could have been there, but they didn't allow it.
Yeah, I think it shows, like, in when these people are coming up, like AJ Styles, man. AJ Styles comes up and he starts to cut a promo. He's okay. But you can tell where he forgot what they fed him and he just put in his own stuff.
Right.
So, but you see the backstage segments, they all look like there's a director off camera trying to work through them. And as a matter of fact, there was the one guy, I can't even remember who it was, but he shows up to his vignette walking through backstage, and in his hand he has his script and is hiding it behind his back. I can't remember who it was, but if somebody looks, they can find that.
It's kind of hard to be authentic when you can see they're not being authentic.
Okay, so yeah, CM Punk's that was the best wrestling television. That 20 minutes, I think it was about 20 minutes,
probably, was
the best wrestling television that has been on for a very long time, and also so authentic.
It was
every piece authentic.
And it made me respect him. You could just tell everything he said he meant.
Yeah.
Did you notice how he said he left professional wrestling in 2005 and he's back now? He just cut out the whole time in WWE like it didn't ever happen.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing.
He's still angry with them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, is if this were something this is something that only can happen on AEW. This is him speaking his mind and given the freedom to say whatever he wanted.
Right.
No matter what the consequences are. So.
Yeah, absolutely true.
I mean, we saw a pipe bomb once, we saw a bridge burning.
Right.
So, either way. And that's not true either, because if he can make his money, Vince would be like, okay, he can make his money, let's bring it in.
Right.
It's sour grapes, but he makes money, let's do this. I was taking stats for a very long time. I was watching, I was keeping win-loss records, super kicks. I did it for about 2 months. And then I watched the Raw episode where Alexa Bliss was fighting she had somebody else in her. Oh, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Ash were up against Ava and Dewdrop for the 1,000th fucking time. And it started off with Lily, the stupid fucking doll, in Alexa puts her on the turnbuckle. And
it hurts, don't it, Bill? It's hurting you.
It's like, I know I've beat this to death, but she puts her on the turnbuckle, and then there's crowd now, and I thought this would go away, and it didn't. They cut to a hard cam of the turnbuckle, which is impossible to do from the arena. And they zoomed in so you couldn't see that there was nobody behind her. And then they made the doll wink. And then Dewdrop went fucking nuts and got pinned and all this stuff. And it was at that point I was like, I need to preserve my right to not do this, to not watch a show or a segment. Because if I'm watching every match and keeping win-loss records and how many people are doing super kicks, and how many people are doing dives, and how many run-ins and all that stuff, and I say I'm never watching another Alexa Bliss match again until they get off of this stupid shit, this stupid voodoo shit. Right. I can't do the statistics. I'll know it's wrong. So I quit doing it. It's like, done. I'm not going to do that anymore. And my life has been better for it.
Yeah, because you can't just do it for some. you know.
Yeah, but then they had the one, there was something else. They did something else with her.
She stood up one time.
She stood up.
I think Alexa Bliss was on a swing or something.
Yeah.
And the doll just was down.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Just stood up.
I mean, you can almost...
Like a midget. Like a midget stands up, basically. Yeah. Shout out, Chris.
Okay. So there was a midget, and I'm calling him that because he would get mad if we called him anything else. It's like, fuck you, I'm a midget.
Right.
And he was sitting in the middle of the ring on his butt with his legs out. And he went to get up, and all of a sudden he it's like he levitated. His legs are underneath him like this, and all of a sudden he went, whoop. And I was freaking. He didn't grab a rope or nothing. I was like, how is that even possible? And he goes, and he did it again. And it's like, whoa.
I like him.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I can almost see being afraid of the doll to the point where you think it's coming to get you and going crazy and running around thinking the doll's going to come get you because,
I could too when I was 5.
Yeah, but people are afraid of spiders and irrational
clowns.
stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but...
not calling people clowns. People are afraid of clowns.
I mean...
No, we can call them clowns.
John Wayne Gacy. If there's any reason to be afraid of clowns, it's that.
See, but I love my favorite person. Well, not my favorite. That would be fucked up. Captain Spaulding is my favorite clown. And he's scary.
From the House of 1,000 Corpses or something like that.
And Devil's Rejects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I was going.
Oh, and the new one. Did you see the new one?
No.
Yeah, they got a new one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that dude died.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sid Haig, he died right after.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how you say his name.
I haven't seen it. I don't know the guy's name, but you all right? Okay, we need to take a pause so you can work with your gastrointestinal problems?
No.
Okay, then this will make the show.
Thanks.
So yeah, it's this stupid doll just stands up on its own, and you're just like, oh my god, this is real television. Are you serious? What you're trying to do with me right now? I mean, on the one show, we've got people coming back to be part of a competition, but on the other show, we've got people watching dolls stand up on their own and playing creepy music. I mean, come on. The Boogeyman was a better thing than this. The Boogeyman was
one that had worms coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's creepy.
Goofy as shit. He'd show
creepy.
up and
I wouldn't want to go near him
because if I saw a dude coming up with worms in his mouth, I'd be like, "Fucking what?"
Right,
because
I'm
that's
out.
a dude with worms in his mouth, and that could happen.
All right, I'm out.
Right, it's like fucking gone. It's like, I don't know what you want to do to me, but I'm not letting it happen. I'm gone. See you. Oh boy, what else is happening? Let's see. Trials of Jericho. We saw the 5 trials of Jericho. First trial. What was the first trial? Remember the first trial? Spears. Sean Spears versus Jericho, and it was.
Sean got to use the chair.
Sean got to use the chair. Jericho didn't get to use the chair. Okay, Jericho won that. That was cool. Second trial was Nick Gage in a death match. light tubes, the whole craziness.
And it was gross.
And a gross match. And I don't mind it as much because it had a place in the story. It wasn't just, okay, here you go, death match, woohoo! But there was a place in the story, so okay.
I just thought it should have been later in the trials.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that should have been the last trial.
Right.
Dude, you're gonna wrestle Sean Spears, you're gonna wrestle Juventud Guerrera, and then you're gonna wrestle a guy that comes to the ring with a fucking pizza cutter in his hand.
Yeah.
Where does that belong? Okay, well, of the list, I jumped ahead. Third trial was Juventud Guerrera making a return to television. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. Versus Jericho, and the stipulation on that was Jericho had to do a finish from the top rope. Cool. But Juventud Guerrera was trial number 3. Trial number 4 was just Wardlow with MJF in his corner.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything else to that.
That was it.
No, that was it.
And Jericho ended up defeating Wardlow, which is professional wrestling. If you got a best of 5, somebody's going 4.
Right.
That's just the
Absolutely.
way it is. Not to spoil anything, but for NXT people.
I was going to mention that a minute ago.
Yeah, not to spoil anything for NXT people, but when you have a stipulation that is 2 out of 3 falls, it's going 3 falls. Because it's stupid not to. Especially when you've already outlined the style. And again, you're having a regular match. Stipulation number 2 is a street fight. Stipulation number 3 is in a steel cage. Steel cage, street fight trumps steel cage.
Oh, yeah.
Street fight is anything goes anywhere, wherever. Steel cage is stay inside this structure and have a regular match.
Try not to let him throw you into it face first.
Yeah, well, it's WWE. It's so it's going to be have a regular match or escape the cage, which is a stupid fucking stipulation.
It seems like everybody always gets into the cage, even though that's the purpose of the cage.
Yeah. I mean, somebody got into Hell in a Cell in the
right.
Hell in a Cell match. How does that happen? There's outside interference inside the cage.
Right.
How does that happen? So it's inside interference. Okay.
Nice.
It was Hell in a Cell and also MVP in a Cell. So it went 4 falls. What?
If you did for laughing.
What are you laughing about?
I laughed because didn't MVP go to jail?
He did go to jail.
And I laughed.
I thought that's what you were doing.
Bad form. No, it was not.
That was accidental comedy, huh?
I'll take it. I'll take the heat to it too. Yeah, that's funny because MVP was the one that got into the cell and messed it with me. I'm not going to explain myself. Forget it. So he went to 4 falls and he went to the 4 matches. Got to the 5th match, which was just the 5 labors of Jericho. The 5th one was just MJF, but he couldn't come out to the ring with his music.
All right. Cheesy, but whatever.
I don't think I can do this on YouTube.
You can't. I mean, where you're doing
you
it.
can't shake your dice on.
I was rolling dice.
Okay, well, that last
where
time
I'm doing it wasn't there.
Yeah, it was
So
down.
I would have to go. I'd have to go here.
Yeah, you were.
Y'all now know exactly how big his dick
This is good?
Yeah.
Okay. That's. Oh wait, no, I don't want. Yeah, fuck it.
right here.
So
I don't know why I did that.
He can't come out to his music, which the entire arena sang it for him anyway. Which was
yes.
We all knew that was going to happen.
Yes.
If you didn't think that was going to happen, if somebody went, wouldn't it be neat if the entire arena sang his song to him? You knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Come on. And then he couldn't use the Judas effect, which came into play at the end of the match, where he went to use the Judas effect, realized he couldn't, hesitated. MJF put him in the arm thing, which already hurt arm, and he taps, and it's over. I mean, I think that was a good series. It was something new to watch. It meant something more than your average match. I just, like you, I think the matches were out of order.
Right.
I think that you could have thought of it better. It seems like it was off the cuff. And maybe it was that they had Nick Gage for one spot and one spot only, and they had to hurry, so they did.
Right.
So he's maybe going back to jail. Who knows? Yeah, so we had the 5 trials of Jericho. We had a lover or loser match, which I understand you would like to talk on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. This is the part of the show that I would like to call the vaginal hour. Where we turn it over to Sheila to speak from a woman's perspective, because we do not have that perspective, and we can have opinions, But we would like to get the opinion of the one female panel member / producer and see what she thought of the Love Her or Lose Her match between Johnny Gargano as the father, fucking weird.
Yes.
And Dexter Lumis as the lover, for the heart and affection and the ability to continue to date Indy Hartwell.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm going to start with, I was rooting for Dexter because I think Index is cute, but the match shouldn't have happened at all. Indy is a grown-ass woman who should be allowed to make whatever decision she wants as far as dating goes.
Is her dad Britney Spears? Dad?
No.
Okay.
Instead of the way, there's a conservatorship.
Yes.
Conservatorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also hashtag free Britney since that came up. So I think that it is insane that they had this match in the first place. I think that it's really crazy that everybody in the way is against this in the first place. And I am really creeped out by the fact that the commentators were one of the commentators, I don't know their names on NXT, I apologize, but one of the commentators was so embedded. Like he was so, I don't even know the word that I'm trying.
Gross kind of thing?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Wade Barrett was the one that was in there, yeah.
And I'm like, first of all, why does it matter who Indy is dating to this guy, especially this guy at the table that has nothing to do with the story at all? But he was tweeting about it. Outside of the show, he was tweeting about it. And I was like, no, this is gross. But women are not objects to win for matches. They're not a belt. They're not a trophy. They are, people who can make up their mind as to who they want to date and who they don't want to date. And I love the fact that at the end of the match, regardless of who won, because it was Johnny,
who won, yeah.
Indy ran into the ring and jumped on Dexter anyway. Good for you. Great that you got to go on your date on the next episode. I really enjoy those little segments because I'm a big Index stan. So
love that. Cool.
So, and that's my take on that.
A little something for when
it was a good take.
When the guy soap opera turns into a regular soap opera, it's
right.
Good stuff. We should do that more often.
You picked a good wife, Bill.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
The only problem is she's usually asleep by the time anything happens. So
yeah, that does happen.
Because around 8 o'clock, she's like, "I'm ready for the," and then she's just out. Now I'll nudge her every once in a while. Hey, look at this, and she'll yeah. It's like, but the only thing, if she's sitting there and Finn Balor comes on, she'll be dead asleep, not moving, and all of a sudden like, duh, wah, she throws her arms out like this. I got to duck, and it's crazy.
I like
also when Chris Jericho's music hits, her foot starts to tap.
Yeah.
She's dead asleep, and she'll start to tap when Jericho's music hits.
That's funny.
It's pretty funny.
I like Finn Balor, but I like Jericho's music. So I'm not saying I don't like Jericho, but I like Jericho's music more than I like his wrestling.
Yeah, there's so much more to him, more of him to love now.
I liked him wrestling 10, 15 years ago, but
yeah. I liked him wrestling 30, 40 pounds ago.
Right.
I'm kidding, man. It doesn't matter. Dude's still good.
He's still good. He's older.
Yeah. Older, and it's harder to maintain the weight. And why if you don't have to?
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm fat. Fuck. I don't want to do anything. That's part of the reason I didn't try to pursue the rest of the career. It's like, you realize how hard that's going to be. Not only do I have to work out more, which is something I dread unless I can do it with other people, then I'm going to have to watch what I eat, which is something I've never been able to do.
Oh, my God.
I watch it go right into my fucking mouth.
Well, yeah, because
that's
the good food
it.
sucks usually.
That's true. All this stuff is like, this is so much better for you. It's got really low calories and taste and makes me feel horrible. Yeah. But I understand what you're saying. It's not 1950. This is not an appropriate match to have if it's not 1950. But I will say that it is more exciting than most of the shit that they're putting on there. Yeah. So the lover that makes me think of something. We were asked, and totally shameless, this isn't promotion. We were actually asked about this for me to share the story of my proposal to Sheila.
I've never even heard that. I'd like to hear it too.
It's a very romantic story.
Oh, I bet.
It's the best. I mean, it's a Cinderella tale. It's great. I woke up one morning, and we had been living together for 2 years almost.
I have heard this story.
2 years when we got married. So this, I think,
somewhere
happened about a year after we started living together.
And I rolled over, and I looked over, and she was asleep. And then she woke up, and she rolled over and looked at me. And in my mind, I said to myself the following thing. I'd rather have her here than gone. Hey, you want to get married?
I do remember you telling me that now.
That's the story. But
that is romantic for you.
And then she said yes, and we decided to get married, and we went to the justice of the peace or whatever they call the courthouse. And
I always just say the courthouse.
Her mom was there, my mom was there. We got married. They slid us $20.
So you didn't have to beat up her dad to marry her.
Yeah.
My dad didn't come to the wedding because he was getting back from the '96 Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Because we just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary 16 days ago.
Awesome. Happy anniversary.
So I'm 25. Yeah.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's a quarter century we've been together. We've been together more than we've been alive.
That's awesome.
No,
That's not true.
That's not right. We've been together more than we haven't since we've been alive.
Okay.
There you go.
That I'll agree with.
Sorry, sometimes the math fucks with me.
You know what's funny? It's the same with me and you.
Yeah,
20 years.
There you go. Yeah.
Just about. It's almost half my life.
Okay, but you
not together, guys. Not together.
Let's not talk about that one night. We're not supposed to talk about that one night. You recently got married, right?
Yeah. This one was good.
Okay.
But
what? Mine was good.
But no. I mean, I'm talking about this marriage. This one's good.
Yeah.
Was I romantic? No, actually, for this marriage, I paused YouTube and looked over and like, you want to get married? She said, yeah, and we got married.
Wait, what were you watching?
It was probably Joe Rogan or Pat McAfee.
If it was Pat McAfee. If it was Pat McAfee, it was romantic because you took the time to pause Pat McAfee.
Oh, that is true. It was Joe
because
Rogan.
Because I'm a Pat McAfee stan.
No. It was Joe Rogan. He would not have paused Pat McAfee.
That is true. Okay.
There is no way he would have paused.
But my first marriage,
yeah,
it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And this is very romantic.
Yeah.
Her name was Jennifer Drake. Oh, it wasn't at the time. It was Jennifer Rosberry. What a fucked up name, huh?
Rosberry?
Yeah, I should have known better then.
You hooked her up.
The raspberries tasted like raspberries. But anyway.
Wait. I'm going to have to edit this.
No.
To cut out my laughter. Go ahead.
So, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We're at my mom's. We're doing our Christmas there.
Yeah.
And I looked down at her. I got on my knee. And I said, well, I love you more than I love everything pretty much besides kiss.
Yeah.
You want to get married? She said yes.
There you go.
See, I'm romantic as hell.
But you got on your knee that time, right?
Yeah, I did.
So we answered that, I guess, because it was a question. Well, we're not going to...
Well, the question specifically was if...
Uh-oh. I may have to answer some more stuff.
If
like what were we wearing?
It would have been a question.
Or
it would have been a question for me.
When did we do?
It actually was a question for me because it
how
was.
How the fuck could you do that?
When was the consummation?
It was if you had proposed to me in the middle of the ring. If I would have said yes,
Absolutely.
Oh.
And yeah. But we were married long before you started wrestling.
That's true.
And so it would have been weird. I still would have said yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it just would have been strange. Although when the kids started to learn that I was married to you was my favorite thing because the whole I stole Grizzly stuff and I went, I'm married to Grizzly. And they went, here.
Could you get this back in, please?
That's hilarious.
That's funny. Cool. We actually tried to make this a streamlined show. We wrote down kind of the things we were going to talk about, and we have some additional topics that we might get to here. Let's see, what do we got? I think that, what are you pointing at? Murder threats. You want to talk about? You really want to talk about? Why don't you go with it?
I am very disturbed by the number of murder threats on wrestling, and it's not. It's specifically WWE, but it's not just WWE because I'm hearing them on AEW now too.
Yeah, kind of.
And I'm gonna break your neck.
I'm gonna kill you. I've heard on WWE.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I'm going to break your neck. You can kind of forgive.
Yeah.
So I'm going to break your neck. Right.
I mean, I guess it didn't kill you. So.
Right. Close. But no.
Did it make you stronger?
No.
No, maybe much weaker. That's a bullshit saying. What doesn't kill you make you stronger? I lived through both my legs being cut off, and now I don't have legs. So yeah.
Sorry.
But I'm going to break your neck. Break your neck is one of those things. It's a hyperbole. It's an accepted hyperbole.
Right.
But they're saying I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to put a sword through your chest.
Yeah, the actual sword being pointed at people, and then everybody going, "Oh, that guy backed off." Of course, he backed off.
No,
that's
he's using
a
it
fucking
tonight.
sword.
He's using it tonight. He said so.
That's a murder weapon.
As you have said on several occasions, have you ever seen this happen in a real fighting situation? Have you ever seen somebody from the UFC? I mean, I've seen
bring
them,
a sword to the ring, yeah.
but bring a sword and actually point it at somebody and threaten them with it,
right.
Because if he's just bringing it to the ring, I don't care. It's a symbol at that point.
Yeah.
But at the point that he starts pointing it at individuals, it is no longer a symbol, and it is now an actual weapon.
Okay. No, it's always that. It's always an actual weapon.
It's okay. Then it's an actual threat.
Right. It's
like
not
it's
wrestling
a real life threatening situation.
The problem is it's not wrestling.
Right.
And the funny thing is, they went through the whole thing. They got to get rid of all the sex. Okay, no more sex. We'll just kill people.
Right.
Right.
No more sex, just beheadings.
Right.
Or disembowelments. Yeah. Which makes no sense. I mean, why? I mean, it originally was just like a symbol of him.
Right.
He
His
brought
Scottish heritage or whatever.
Stuck it in the ground and then took off and went. Now it's at the ringside because some idiot writer thought it'd be a good idea, or he himself thought it'd be a good idea, and everybody.
Yeah, it was the writer.
Was it writer?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Right.
Because they hired. Okay, so Sheila stole the show and started talking about murder.
You did
threats.
good. That was good.
Anyway, put us on a tangent, but murder threats are ridiculous. When you say I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill this guy, it starts to go beyond the realm of hyperbole. I mean, break your neck. Also, in today's day and age, would be beyond the realm of hyperbole.
Especially in cancel culture, the way things are these days. And a parent hears that, that kid's gone from wrestling.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, enough about murder. We're not murdering nobody.
True. Actually, I know why you took it over, because we actually had murder threats as one of the things we wanted to talk about in the main story.
Yeah.
And main story.
Main.
The fuck is wrong with me? The main show. Murder threats, the main show. And then we had our additional topics as reminders, which is, does it matter at what point a match is anymore? Which is, what was your
in the actual show? Does it matter when the match happens?
I say it depends on the match. I say it depends on who's in the match.
Because it's being questioned a lot that Miro is always defending his championship in the middle of the show instead of at the end of the show. I think a lot of people want to see him as an actual, main event.
Well, he's holding what is the equivalent of the television title.
Right.
It's the middle of the card.
That's a middle of the card.
Or opening the show could be, if he, you explained it really well.
Hey, come back from popcorn and watch Miro beat the crap out of somebody who you can tell isn't a contender. If he wrestles, like, let's say you've got Miro and then all of a sudden Hangman Adam Page wants the television title, the TNT title. It's not the television title. It just looks like it, and it's defended like it. But he wants the title. Now you've got Hangman Page versus Miro. Well, that moves it in the card, right? Because that's an exciting thing. It either moves it to the forward or behind.
I'd like to watch that match too.
Absolutely. Right?
But on the same token, if you have that, and then say you have now Punk and a Jericho match, somewhere you have your best three matches the last.
Yep.
How you gonna keep everybody interested enough to get to that stuff?
That's true.
You mix stuff in the card. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and a lot of people, there's kind of a stigma that people think that if you start out a show, you're the worst.
Right.
Because you go from the worst to the best. That's the way it goes, and that's what main event means. But that's not true. You come out the curtain to get
them fired up. Yeah, get them fired up.
So start out the curtain hot, and then maybe not so hot, but then you don't have to go to worst, which is what we're talking about with Miro. Come out hot. You got Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus whoever they're feuding against with all 50 people they have in the ring. You're coming out hot. People want to see that. And I'll be the first to tell you that the heel Young Bucks are the best Young Bucks. Never make them faces again. They are awesome as heels. They even slow down on the super kicks and stupid shit when they're heels, because I feel that they know how to do that very well. Then you go to something that's the little mid-cardish, a little slower. Something that
Cassidy.
People can get into. Maybe Orange Cassidy or Best Friends versus whoever they're fighting against, which kind of changes and kind of doesn't. And then you move into the middle of the card, and you're saying, people are saying, well, Miro's on the middle of the card, and that's kind of a low place to be for a champion. Well, how you just went from high to medium. You don't have to go to low.
You go to an intermission, you come back with Miro. Boom.
You go back to high. In my opinion, you've gone back to medium because of the people that Miro's wrestling. Right. And this is perfect. Build him up, make him look unstoppable, put him in against somebody who is a real threat, and now you've automatically elevated that up. Also,
he's doing a great job. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy everything he's doing right now.
Especially all the stuff he says about his sexy wife. Yeah. He puts it in everything. It's like, I'm loved by God and my sexy wife. I thank God for my ability and my flexible wife.
Yeah.
He said that on TV.
That's awesome.
Like, whatever. But then, your main event should be something good. It should be something that people would want to stick around for. Not two people in the middle of the fucking ring talking like it's been on the end of SmackDown for two straight weeks. Okay, they're going to have a conversation. Are they going to say anything different? I don't know what they said. I moved over to watch CM Punk. So of the things that are left, there's only one more that I really want to touch on, then we'll wrap this guy up. This has probably been too long anyway. We don't want to have a 2-hour show for people. The only thing I want to say, I'm going to say something real quick about it, and then you guys take over, say whatever you want for it. It's the championship contenders matches in WWE. It's when you have to fight the champion or the champions and win to be able to get a championship match. I think it's the only thing I have to say about that is stop. Just stop doing that. That's stupid. The Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart have now officially won 3 championship contenders matches, and they're just now getting the championship match. Stop doing it. Whatever writer thought that was a good idea, it's not a good idea. It's a horrible idea. That's all I got to say about it.
It'd be kind of like playoff football.
Yeah.
A NFC Championship game. Bears versus Packers to go to the Super Bowl. Bears win. Yeah, but they should probably do it again. Like, we just won. We're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. And that's what you thought. Come back next Sunday.
Yeah.
You're going to play again. Okay, I win. Okay, this time you're playing the Packers, but you can't use your quarterback. Yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
What do you think on that?
I think that it's ridiculous, especially when they like Shotzi and Tegan
Nox, yeah.
I think
they just call her Nox now, which is fucking ridiculous.
Sorry, you made a weird noise. I think that if they want to give them the titles, which is what I feel like they're trying to build to, they should just do that. I think that having those two coming fresh from NXT and being kind of the younger generation of champs, I think that that'll be good especially for the tag team titles for the women's division, because the tag champs have to bounce between brands. And I think that that's easier for younger people than it would be for older people.
Especially one that just got out of surgery.
Right, especially with Natalya having
3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. But I think that I think that having Knox and Shotzi be the tag champs is a good idea, and I think they should do it. But it's not just with those that they're doing that. They've actually done that with, I think, 3 sets of titles. One of them was another tag title on the men's division, but I can't remember which brand. And one of them was actually just like a solo title. And I was like, no, guys, let's not do this because it's ridiculous. You should be building your divisions kind of like they do with the rankings in AEW, where people fight, and you find who the best opponent is.
You have a better opponent each time till you get to the champion.
Yeah.
But you ain't got to, even in WWE, I'm sure you'll remember, there's been plenty of times you'll say, this is a non-title match. Okay, well, we know who's winning this. Every non-title match is won by the good person, not the champ. But you beat them, and then you get a title shot. What are you smiling about over there? That's a big smile.
It is a big smile because I just got a direct message from someone, and it's a show ender. So
okay, well we're done.
Well, we're done.
We're done.
So
I actually want to say
sorry.
one more time.
Say one more thing.
One more
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
I am really. And you will attest to this. I'm really happy that Randy Orton is back, and it's weird.
I am too, actually. And it is weird because I did not have no use for that dude.
She hated him.
I hated him. And then they put him with Matt Riddle, and now I'm like, woohoo, Randy Orton. And I'm so happy that he's back. It made me smile so big, and I felt like I helped do it because I was wearing my Arcade Bro shirt when he came back. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay. The title of the text that I can read of this tweet that I just got from a good friend of ours says, well, wait, let me read it so I get it word for word because I think the wording is important. It says, there's a picture too. It says, Nyla Rose's chest double. And you're welcome. So yeah, that's it. On that note, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for listening this long. If you have, I don't know. I got to do some editing. Maybe there's some stuff I have to take out of here. Maybe there's stuff I'm not. I don't know how long it's going to be. But thank you for being fans of wrestling because we need it right now. And I realize sometimes it may be tough, but I'm here with you. And it gets better. So let's just wait and go. And also, I'd like to say that I am now fully converted to an AEW only fan. Not AEW only fans, although that would be pretty cool too. Yeah, that's the WWE is very hard to watch. So that's the.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
To be honest, we're watching WWE for you guys. It's really the only reason.
It's true. I watch it so I have some uninteresting things to say.
But we so appreciate those of you that listen to us.
That's true. We appreciate the people who don't listen to us yet. We'll get you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get you. We'll try to get you. We're going to try to get you. We're going to get you. I'm the boogeyman. And I'm going to get you.
I think that doll just winked.
No, it did not. No, it absolutely did not.
It didn't.
All right, so I want to let everybody else sign off. I'm going to say goodbye from me, and thank you for watching.
All right, you guys have a good time. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Hopefully you see us in a couple weeks, I should say.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get rid of this lisp. It's been fun. We have fun doing this for you. We have fun hanging out together and just talking, bullshitting, and we appreciate you allowing us to do that.
Cool. You got anything to say, or you just want to?
I'll just go ahead and say, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell.
Sweet. That was the best one
That was
yet.
very good.
Perfect.
What the
I'm going to have to clip that one and play
Right?
that one for us. That was good. All right. Bye, everybody.
Hammer down.
Yep.